Hello and welcome to Humans of EV. In today's video, we're settling the biggest debate in the scooter world. Electric or petrol? Which one makes more sense for your commute and your pocket? Let's find out. Let's start with the elephant in the room. Pricing. A petrol scooter like this would cost you about 1 lakh. But here's the kicker. A basic electric scooter are now selling for about 75 to 80,000 of the subsidies. That's right. Electric scooters are now cheaper to buy than petrol ones. The tables have turned completely in 2025. But wait, it gets even crazier when we talk about running costs. Let's do some math here. With petrol touching 100 rupees per litre, your cost per kilometre on a petrol scooter would be about 2 to 3 rupees. That's 2000 rupees monthly for a typical commuter. But on an electric scooter, it takes about 3 to 4 units to charge fully, costing about 15 or 20 rupees for a complete charge, giving you about 100 kilometers of range. So it's pretty simple. If you spend 2000 rupees monthly on petrol and while you're spending only 200 rupees on charging, that's literally 10 times the saving that you can just get by riding electric. And over 5 years, that difference would be about 1 lakh rupees in fuel alone. Coming to the performance. If you talk about a petrol scooter, you get the regular performance with a linear power build-up and a lot of engine noise these days. But if you talk about electric, these scooters have a lot of torque from 0 RPM. So this scooter is like a rocket till a speed of 40 kilometers an hour, and even after 60, it is gradually building up speed. But the differentiator between these two scooters is the regen braking. Whenever I lift off the throttle, this scooter slows down gradually, regenerating power, putting it back into the battery, basically adding range. Starting a petrol engine is like putting in the ignition, praying that it starts in winter. Pretty basic, right? But electric scooters, you don't really need keys these days. Scooters like the Ola, you can just go put in a pin and you can start. You never really have to pray that the scooter will start or not. It is always going to start on the first click itself. Also, these scooters have got built-in navigation, it's got music control, and the differentiator always for me would be the reversing feature and the hill hold feature. These are two features that really differentiate petrol scooters and electric scooters in terms of premiumness. Let's talk about the not so cool stuff about the electric world, the charging infrastructure. It's still catching up, but from my personal experience, I hardly end up charging my scooters in a fast charger, let's say. These scooters give you a range of about 80 kilometers in the real world, and that's more than enough if you are a daily commuter running between 15 to 20 kilometers a day. Only if you are having a larger commute or a longer commute that people call, that's when you really need to look towards a petrol scooter where you're having the convenience of just filling in the petrol and riding it as long as you need it. Let's talk about something that affects all of us, the air we breathe. Electric scooters produce zero tailpipe emissions, and even when charged with coal-based electricity, they reduce emissions by at least 35%. And every time you choose electric over petrol, you're literally making the air cleaner for everyone. That's not just good for the planet, it's good for your own family's health. But now let us look at these scooters from a long-term ownership perspective. A petrol scooter will, cost you in service every 3 months with an oil change, occasional spark plug replacements, belt adjustments, brake pad adjustments, a lot of stuff like that. But in an electric scooter, the only maintenance you're doing is software updates and the occasional brake pads that you need to change. But a lot of people also question that if I buy an electric scooter, what about the battery? Most of the manufacturers today are giving you a battery warranty of about 8 years. Even then, the scooter has a lot of performance to give you and a lot of range to offer you. One more factor is that the scooter's battery will only reduce below 80% after a very long period of time, let's say after 8 or 9 years. Till then, even a petrol scooter would not be, in a condition to run properly, and even that would be requiring an overhaul. So I don't think we really need to be worried about battery replacement costs on an electric scooter. And so here's the deal. Electric scooters are getting much better with time. The range is improving, the charging speeds are improving, charging infrastructure is improving. So with time, the proposition of buying an electric scooter gets sweeter and sweeter. So there you have it, the ultimate electric versus petrol scooter showdown. The math is clear, the technology is impressive, and the future is definitely electric. If this comparison helped you decide, smash the like button and subscribe for more real-world reviews. Until next time, ride smart, ride clean, and I'll see you in the next one.